What's going on, guys? So I've got an Xbox One X here and a PS4 Pro here, and in this video I'm essentially going to be telling you which console is better, the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro. By the time I'm publishing this video, it's going to be Christmas Day, and I'm sure a lot of you guys either got an Xbox One X for Christmas or maybe a PS4 Pro, or maybe you already have one or the other, or maybe you're even looking to buy either the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro. So hopefully this video will either help you out or maybe tell you got the wrong console. So I kind of got a list of what I'm going to be discussing and basing these off of. So I got 9 different categories. So first we're going to start off with the price, which is basically just comparing the console prices, the game prices, that sort of thing. The UI, which is user interface, so kind of how easy or how hard it is to use the user interface on the console. Third is looks. So basically how the console looks, just comparing, how the Xbox One X looks versus how the PS4 Pro looks. Fourth up, we got accessories. So what goes along with the console, not just considering the console and the controller, but what other accessories are there. And then next up, the all-important graphics. That's pretty straightforward. Next up, which controller is better. And then after that, we're going to be discussing movies, which is better to play movies on. And then we'll be discussing which is better to play online games on. And then last but not least, games. This is probably the most important one, because obviously the reason you buy consoles is for the games. But we're going to go ahead and discuss all of these and basically see which console is better. So first up on my list, I got price. So right now, I'll flash up a screen right here from Amazon with the prices of the two. But right now, you can find the Xbox One X for $400, and you can find the PS4 Pro for $400. So the consoles are, pretty much on an even slate in terms of pricing. And, controllers, I say Xbox controllers are actually a tiny bit more expensive, but, maybe $5 to 10 more bucks expensive. And games are generally $60, so the same as well. So for pricing, pretty straightforward. I'd say both of them have pretty comparable pricing. So in this case, for price, I'm actually going to give them a tie. So I'm going to give them a little straightforward mark right there and a mark here. I'm not left-handed, so I'm just going to do like a simple mark so I can do that easily. A check mark would probably go poorly with my left hand. And next up we got the UI. So basically the user interface. So I'll kind of flash a screen up here of what the Xbox One X user interface looks like, as well as the PS4 Pro user interface, so you can kind of get a feel for what the two look like just in general. But the Xbox One X interface is a little bit more complex. It's got a lot more to it. You can scroll up and down a lot. You can get pin things to your home page. You can set different categories. You can scroll to the right and left and look at the store and all kinds of other things. So it's the Xbox One X is pretty in depth, but it's also very complex. Now the PS4 Pro, it's completely the opposite. I'll flash up a screen right now. You basically just have 2 whole rows. So the top row will show like the store, games, settings, profile, all that kind of stuff. And you scroll down, and you can just scroll through all your games and all your apps pretty easily, and just click on which one you want to play. So the PS4, although not as in depth, it's a whole lot easier to use. It's a lot more simple, a lot more straightforward. So for this category, I'm gonna have to go with the PS4 Pro for the user interface. It's a whole lot easier to use, and I think in general the normal consumer would rather use the PS4 Pro interface than the Xbox One X. So next up is looks. Now this one, this one's a little bit subjective. It's kind of just depends on what you think looks good in a console. Personally, I think the PS4 Pro looks kind of cool just with the 3 layers. But the Xbox One X, it's like a business. It's more of business. It's just like it's a straightforward block. Got a nice gradient to it. Darker over here, a little bit lighter gray over here. When you turn it on, it makes a nice chime, and the bottom looks nice as well. It's just kind of classy. This one looks a little bit more high tech, I guess you could call it. So I think the Xbox One X, just the normal console, looks a little bit better, while the PS4 Pro just looks a little bit more, techy. But now where we get weird is if you look at the limited editions. So Xbox One X doesn't really have any good limited edition consoles with different colors, but the PS4 Pro, that's a different story. Because if we look over here, I've got the 50 million limited edition console, and this console is awesome. It's got like a transparent console, transparent controller and everything. And we also got the Spider-Man PS4 Pro over here, which is super sick. They even call it Amazing Red. It's a red console, red controller with the Spider-Man logo on it. So if you're going limited edition consoles, the PS4 definitely looks better. But if you're just going regular old console, I go Xbox One X. So since the normal consumer is probably going to be going with just, the normal console, not the limited edition, I'm going to have to go with the Xbox One X. I just think it looks a little bit more classy, a little bit nicer. So I'm going to go with that. So let's go ahead and put that down. But again, looks, wow, that's a really bad. Sorry guys, that's really bad right there. But again, looks is very subjective, so it really just depends on what you think looks better. And now, fourth up on the list, accessories. So what do I mean by accessories? Because I already have controller on here, and controller is technically an accessory. But when I'm talking about accessories, I'm talking about just, other random things that the console has for it. So Xbox had Kinect, so I would consider Kinect an accessory, but it doesn't really even take advantage of it anymore, so I just knocked that off the map. But the PS4 Pro, they have PlayStation VR, and just from PlayStation VR, I'm just going to tell you straight up, PlayStation wins the accessories category just because of PlayStation VR. I got it over here actually. Let me pull it over. So this is kind of a case I have from a PlayStation VR. We got games like PlayStation Worlds. There's a whole lot of newer games as well. And yeah, you can even use these motion controllers that you might have bought with the PS3 to make the PlayStation VR even better. So yeah, just straightforward, PlayStation has better accessories solely because of the PlayStation VR. And I'm just gonna say that. I mean, if Xbox had virtual reality on it, then it can compete. But PlayStation has virtual reality, so that just puts accessories another level up. So right here with accessories, let's go with PS4 Pro. So here we are, guys. So far, PS4 Pro is one ahead. It's got 3, while Xbox One X has 2. We got 5 more categories left, though, so plenty of time for Xbox to catch up. And next up, we got graphics. So this is a pretty straightforward comparison as well. I'm just going to pull up the comparison on my phone right here, which basically says which one is more powerful. So we got the Xbox One X on the left, we got PlayStation 4 on the right, and as you can see, we'll just scroll down to CPU. So the Xbox One X has a 2.3 gigahertz core, and the PS4 has a 2.1 gigahertz core. So right off the bat, CPU is stronger. But now what we're really looking for is the GPU for graphics. And as you can see, whether you know what a teraflop is or not, you can see that the Xbox One X has 6 teraflops and the PS4 Pro only has 4.2. So we can see that the Xbox One X is more powerful just from that. And the memory as well. We got 12 gigabytes of RAM on the Xbox One X, while we only got 8 on the PS4. And then you can see memory bandwidth is higher as well. So pretty much every category of that would matter in graphics is higher for the Xbox One X. So we can pretty much just straightforward call that a win for the Xbox One X. So graphics, that's a win for the Xbox One X. So next up, 6th on the list. So we've had price, UI, looks, accessories, graphics, and now we're on controller. So which one has the better controller? So let me just pull over the 2 controllers. I got them over here. So PlayStation 4 controller, Xbox One X controller. So this one's also going to be a little bit subjective based on which controller you like better. But I actually made a video based on this exact topic. I'll put the link down in the description. I made it probably about a year ago. It's just which controller is better, the Xbox One or the PS4. So I'll put that link in the description for you to watch, and then I'll just kind of reiterate it real fast. And so the main thing to consider when you're looking at a controller is how it fits in your hands. And personally, I think the Xbox One controller just rests in your hand a whole lot easier than the PS4. PS4, you kind of have to try to hold it. Xbox One, it just kind of sits in your hands very nicely, especially in my hands. Now, I mean, we pretty much got all the same types of buttons on this one versus this one, so there's not much comparison there other than the fact that the PS4 Pro has a touchpad, but I mean, that's really not used very often. So I think the main things to look at is how it fits in your hand and how the analog sticks feel. So I said the Xbox One fits better in the hand, and I also think the analog sticks are better on the Xbox One just because of the kind of it's hard for your thumbs to come off the analog stick. Now on the PS4, especially the old controller, I mean, if you get any kind of sweat on your hands, you're just sliding right off the analog stick. So I think that's a big factor in which controller is better. So as I'm saying right now, Xbox One got the better controller. So let's go ahead and put that down. So we got 3 more categories left, and right now the Xbox One X has 4, and the PS4 Pro has 3. So next up we got movies. So what do I mean by movies? So I'm basically saying which has a better movie experience, the Xbox One or the PS4 Pro. So if you're going with just like a standard DVD or a Blu-ray disc, then either console is gonna be fine. They both do the same thing. You're not gonna see much of a difference in quality, and they both have Dolby surround sound and everything, so that'll be fine. But where the difference comes in is with 4K movies. So as you can see right here, I've got The Dark Knight in 4K Ultra HD. And so here's the weird thing. Xbox One X can play 4K movies, but the PS4 Pro cannot. And I know that's the weirdest thing because Sony owns Blu-ray and blah blah blah, everything like that. But the PS4 Pro cannot play 4K movies. Weirdest thing, you can play 4K games and everything, but you cannot play 4K movies. But on the Xbox One X, you can play 4K movies. And that's physical movies, I mean. You could always download, if you have digital movies that you want to download here, then I believe you can play them fine on the PS4 Pro. But if you want to, just stick in your disc like this, like most people have, then you got to get the Xbox One X. So I think movies wins easy on that one for Xbox One. I mean, if you got a 4K movie with a 4K TV, then definitely got to go Xbox One. Now, if you don't care about 4K movies, then either one is fine. It's a toss-up. Now, second to last, we got online. So what do I mean by online? I mean kind of like the online speeds, just the whole infrastructure of the online gaming experience for Xbox One X versus PS4 Pro. So with Xbox One, it's going to be Xbox Live. That's their online interface. And then with the PS4 Pro, right here, it's going to be PS Plus. So I believe they both cost the same now. They're both $60 a year, so there's not much of a difference there. They both give you free games each month, so there's not much of a difference there. Now, where the difference comes in is the online speeds and the online reliability, and that's where the Microsoft shines. Just because Microsoft is a big company. Obviously, they make Windows and all that, and they're just a big company outside of just Xbox. So they have a whole online infrastructure, and it's a whole lot easier for them, I would think, to make a strong online interface. Now, obviously, Sony's a big company as well, but personally, I don't think their infrastructure is as strong on their online. The PS Plus is kind of prone to going down. If you've ever played it, it kind of goes down for maintenance a lot. Xbox One is usually up more. And I actually have a video I'll put the link down in the description. I did basically a speed test comparison of upload and download speeds on the two. And the Xbox One X won by a landslide. I was using the consoles on the same network and everything within seconds of each other. And the Xbox One X was showing download and upload speeds like twice as much as the PS4 Pro. So, I mean, I got to go Xbox One X again on here. Online, I mean, I think Xbox One X just takes it. Alright, so last but not least, games. Now, this obviously is the biggest category. So which console has better games? And so let me just bring a couple games over here. We got Spider-Man for the PS4. This is only on PS4. We got Uncharted 4 for the PS4. That's only on PS4. So games like this, I think these two games, just alone, make the whole gaming experience better on the PS4. Just because you can play these games. These are just two of the exclusives the PS4 has. They've also got a whole lot of other exclusives that the Xbox doesn't have. So I think just purely based on exclusives, I think you gotta go PS4. I mean, you got Spider-Man, you got Uncharted 4, you got The Last of Us 2 coming out soon. You got God of War. You got plenty of good games. Some other ones I can't even remember right now, but plenty of good exclusives on the PS4. Now with Xbox, if you're going for exclusives, it's kind of eh. I mean, if you're a big racing fanatic, then you got to get the Xbox One for Forza. But other than that, I mean, the exclusives on the PS4 are just a whole lot better. So I think when you compare games on the two consoles, you got to go PS4 Pro. I mean, that's the only option. So here we have it, guys. We're coming to the end now, and let's go ahead and add it up. So PS4 Pro, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't write with my left hand, so I'm going to switch it over to right hand. We got 4. So PS4 Pro's got 4. Xbox One X has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. So looks like Xbox One X is going to take it on this comparison, guys. Now the one thing I will say, this could have easily gone the other direction if I had switched the looks. I was thinking about putting looks over on PS4 Pro, just because the PS4 Pro has better limited edition looks, and that would have tied them both at 5. And we all know that if they're tied, then the top one goes to the best games. Because I mean, games, that's the biggest category in this. Honestly, you could count games for 90% of everything. If all you want to do is play games, you don't care about the online experience, the graphics, the controller, anything. All you care about is the games. Then get the PS4 Pro, guys. I mean, it's got better exclusives and everything. Go ahead and get the PS4 Pro if you're all about the games. But if you're in it for the games and the whole experience, then you got to go Xbox One X. I mean, as you can see here, they won 6-4. Now, the one thing I'll say, the way I do it is I buy all the third-party games for the Xbox One X, just because they'll perform better and have slightly better graphics and everything. But with PS4, I've got that purely for exclusives. So as you saw, I've got Spider-Man, Uncharted 4, I've got the PlayStation VR. In general, I think the whole gaming experience in terms of games is going to be better on the PS4 Pro. But in general, if you're looking for all-in-one home entertainment, games, movies, everything, then Xbox One X is what's going to do it for you. So there you guys go. That's the comparison. Now take every category I looked at, just pick the categories that you think are best and, use that to define which console you think is right for you. Now, if you just got a new console for Christmas from, Santa or your parents or whatever, go ahead and take this comparison and, figure out if it's the right console for you. And if you got an Xbox One X, but you really wanted a PS4 Pro, then, tell Santa, hey, I want a PS4 Pro, man. You got to take this Xbox One X back and give me a PS4 Pro. It might not work like that, but you can always try it. So I hope this helped you guys out. If you celebrate Christmas, then hope you had a Merry Christmas. And make sure to like and subscribe, and definitely comment down below and let me know which console you think is better. Thanks for watching, guys.